Howdy, howdy. I gotta go retrieve that ball I threw. That's all I remember from last week. Okay, bullet holes is not what I was expecting. None of those things, but okay. Oh. Cool, there's seabirds, but how do I get that guy's ball back?
Yes?
Maybe there's another ball somewhere else. Broken window? Tibbs has windows. I like that that's all it said. If I had a bag. Then give me a bag! I want to collect these bottles and sell them. What's this thing? Enormous bowls worthy of a real man. Not balls. Bowls. Indifferent to your approach. You know what? I respect it. I respect it for being indifferent about the way that I come up to it. Okay.
Hey, up here, Piggo.
Rude, but alright.
The streets will flow red once more. A great torrent rushing down Rue de Esperance. You wait and see.
The girl stares at the sailboat by the pier. The sailboat!
The streets will not flow red with anything. Who are you?
I'm Cindy the fucking Skull. What else do you want to know? Date of birth, blood type, the last time I was tested for Hep C. Ask away, pigman. But I don't promise to answer.
Despite the sass, she puts the brush aside. Why do they hate the cops so badly? You keep looking off to the side. What are you looking at? What are you doing to the wall?
Can't you tell? I'm painting a beautiful mural, an aereo graffitio visible from low orbit. I haven't really started it yet. I'm waiting for the right words.
So you don't know what to write.
Have you ever tried your hand at graffitio? When faced with a blank wall, most people write unimaginative stuff, like pigs go home and Mona was here. We rarely see pigs round here, though. Just union cats. And my name's not Mona, so...
Why are you so committed to defacing the building?
This place is severely lacking in havoc. Not even the occasional trash can fire to break up the tedium. I thought I'd mix it up, you know. Summon the forces of crime and social chaos with a wall-sized invitation. Yeah?
Sure, why not?
Thanks. I'm sure the inspiration will come to me now that I have an official RCM stamp of approval.
It was worth a
She
shot.
means the opposite.
I ain't no snitch, Pigstein.
She
Go
wrinkles her
forth and
nose.
forage in someone else's shit. No shortage of squealers in these parts.
Okay.
Actually, there is a shortage of people who talk to us in a normal, calm, informative manner.
Yeah, what Kim said.
We weren't put on this earth to make your life pleasant, fucko.
Wow. Alright, Cindy.
Watch your back, Ungulate. You've got eyes on you.
Oh, it's just another sign, alright.
A sturdy metal door guards the southwest entrance to the apartment building. It's locked.
I'll come back to that. So someone has recently painted this boat. Kisling 33A. This is worth more than you'll ever earn in all your life. Thanks.
A striking woman leans against the cabin top of her sailing boat, smiling as you approach. Her green raincoat glistens with droplets. A silk scarf is tied around her throat.
Good morning, officers. I'm Joyce.
She extends her hand in greeting.
Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbor. You gentlemen must be from the RCM.
She steps closer and holds out her hand over the railing. I'll shake her hand, I'll be kind.
I'm glad to see you here.
Her grip is tight and cold.
Like steel, there is strength there. If she wanted, she could sink her nails deep into your skin.
It's your god.
I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will, gladly.
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode. Very unusual. But I can assure you of his ultimate competency.
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation, and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines Group. Everything. Right up to, but not including, trade secrets. I believe the official title is Senior Labor Negotiator. In practice, I'm a grocery clerk. I relay the union's demands to Wild Pines and return with Wild Pines' counteroffer.
And how are the talks going?
They're not. That's the problem. The union stopped all negotiations a week ago, after that awful lynching took place.
Was he also a
They won't even
worker?
let me into the harbor. There's a 2-meter 20 racist behemoth blocking the gates. Yes, Jean-Luc Measurehead.
She leans back and rolls her eyes.
Let's say I was not making the kind of progress I'd hoped for when I first arrived.
And when did you first arrive?
I arrived 3 weeks ago. Yes, in the middle of February. The bay was still partially frozen then. I prefer to do these things on site, like the RCM.
That makes
But the
sense.
strike began in December.
I wasn't the original negotiator here. I took over after Mr. Gaumont hit a wall with Mr. Clare, the union boss. Mr. Clare refused to speak with Gaumont despite concessions he'd granted the union in prior negotiations.
This isn't the first time the union has gone on strike.
Heavens no. There have been 2 prior strikes. Both times the union won significant concessions, including overtime pay and a medical plan. This time their demands are more, I guess you could say, aggressive.
Ludicrous even. It's meant.
Mr. Clare told him to... How did he put it?
She pauses to compose herself.
Fuck off, midget. Gaumont is short of stature, you see. Keep in mind, this is a negotiator Mr. Clare has worked with before, and who was more than fair with him and the Union. Everard Clare is a man of the utmost integrity. If you can say one thing about him, it's that he always puts the interests of the workers first.
Okay.
Of course not.
Oh.
Everard is fantastically corrupt. I imagine he has a thick, viscous goo where you and I have blood. He is the most corrupt individual I have ever seen, and I deal with men like him for a living. If there is anyone more venal, more irredeemably nepotistic, then it's his twin brother, Edgar.
Oh.
Yes, Edgar looks exactly like his brother, except for that lazy eye. He also talks exactly like Everard does, and when one's term as foreman is up, the other takes over. It's how they circumvent the term limits, you see, with a funny little switcheroo. While in office, they've embezzled God knows how much of their workers' dues. The Debardeurs Union was once a perfectly normal institution. 20 years ago, anyway. It must not have been easy to establish under the Emergency Act, but they did it. I can respect that. Organized labor at its best, as they say. Then something happened in the local chapter elections. The brothers Clare came and transformed it into a... how do you say?
She hesitates, looking for the right expression.
A mob. The Debardeurs are a crime syndicate. Sad as it may be, I suspect we'll be forced to cooperate with them.
Refreshingly honest, officer. The company has tried appeasing in the past, but I'm afraid our concessions have only emboldened Everard and his brother.
She turns to you.
And your opinion, detective, if I may ask? I'm a curious and talkative person, you see. Would you say the Debardeurs Union is... Indeed, and a hungry one. Sadly, Wild Pines have cooperated with what amounts to a crime syndicate for 2 decades. However much you feed the leech always hungers.
Yeah, what are the demands?
There are leaflets everywhere, and banners. What did they say again? Oh yes, every worker, a member of the board.
Most of the workers probably don't know what that means.
Fortunately, they explained it. Every time the Wild Pines group makes a decision about anything, it needs the signature of each of the 2,200 workers in its Martinez terminal.
That's a little insane, I think.
Just so you understand, this is but one of 22 terminals owned by Wild Pines. Essentially, not only are they kings of the company, they are also kings of the 72,000 employees of Wild Pines Group. I'm not sure. Naturally, I assume that was just their opening position, a hard-nosed tactic with a side of mockery. But there's been no follow-up, just the same nonsensical slogan repeated over and over again. And now, people are getting lynched, I hear. Behind the whirling in rags. A disastrous situation if there ever was one.
Excuse me, from whom did you hear about this lynching?
I first heard it from the bowyer at the gates. The one whose very name advertises his aversion to work. I think he said it was, "Call me mañana."
This checks out.
Okay.
I'm glad you asked. There was a woman, the previous forewoman of the Union. She disappeared.
Disappeared?
Yes. On the last day of the local chapter elections, her daughter phoned in and said she wasn't running anymore. Or coming to work. Ever. End of story. Indeed. The company suspects foul play, but there's nothing they could do. It was a Union matter.
Weird.
The point of the presentation is, these kinds of things happen around the Clares. Watch out when you're dealing with him.
Thank you for your concern, ma'am. We'll be just fine.
Of course. How else can I help?
Wow, that was just one chunk of... There's a lot to take in this game. That's a lot. What do you know about this lynching?
Quite a few things, I'm afraid.
She falls silent for a moment, contemplating something. I know there's an option where they just say, like, their name or whatever, and I can read the text. And sometimes I'm a little fascinated about that, because they've written in their, like, actions and stuff, since all of it happens through this text box. But I also enjoy these actors that they have for these characters.
The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets. For the sake of my employer, I have to ask for your names and badge numbers.
Okay.
Of course, ma'am. We should have introduced ourselves. I am Lieutenant Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. And this is my colleague from Precinct 41. I'm afraid he doesn't have his badge at the moment. I hope mine will suffice.
How curious. Why is that, Detective? I see. So, are you saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode? I can't hear you, darling. Speak up, please.
Oh, you're gonna make me choose one of these two. I see. I could have eaten it for all I know. I don't remember anything. This world, this city, nothing.
Oh dear. Some kind of encephalopathic amnesia.
What was that word?
I don't even know how to respond. I do believe you, naive as that may sound. I simply can't imagine what you gain by faking such a condition.
As I said, ma'am, his technique may be very unconventional, but he is an officer of the RCM.
Of course, I sympathize. But I'm afraid I simply can't share anything more until I've seen that badge.
Okay.
She's a professional negotiator. She should be open to some sort of mutually beneficial arrangement.
No. Let's talk about something else until I do.
Of course. But before we do, officers, let me be perfectly clear.
Okay.
The situation is extremely volatile. The sooner we can speak about this lynching business, the better for all of us.
I think that's all I'm gonna ask her for now.
Of course, Detective. Take care.
That was a lot. Okay, now I can level something up. I did interfacing last time, right? Yeah, for picking locks and pockets. This is for Motorix, right? Okay. I don't like that meat noise. That, like... That's the noise my brain is gonna say. It's more of a pop rock noise, but it made me think of meat. I might do rhetoric. Or I might do drama. I think I'm gonna do this one. I know I've got some that are way lower, like suggestion and savoir-faire. I think I'm actually gonna throw it into suggestion. Accept changes in clothes. Replace lost bull. Yeah, I do need to know what she knows. That's probably really important info. Oh, snap.
Are you trying to sneak up on me? Come to slit my throat in my sleep?
Maybe. You'll never know.
Logic error. She is not sleeping right now.
So there's a possibility that if my logic was lower, I would think genuinely, oh my god, I was coming up to slit her throat in her sleep.
Pig's come to take me out. Trying to snuff me
Are you sleeping right now?
Don't get fucking clever with me, pig. You think you're so clever.
She is. I think I'm the funniest man in the world right now. Obviously. Garden hose. Balcony with a view to the yard and the hanging.
You see a young man on a balcony nursing a cigarette. His eyes have been following you for a while.
Oh, is that so?
Not looking for any trouble, officer.
He says in a quiet voice, despite the cold, his shirt hangs unbuttoned on his frame. No trouble from me. I just want to know what's going on here.
I don't want to be seen talking to the gendarmerie if that's okay. I just want to finish my cigarette.
Don't let him go. This could be your witness. The balcony has a great view of the whole thing.
Actually, the gendarmerie really needs to talk to you.
Is it really that important?
He asks you, adjusting his shirt.
Like a nervous cat, he keeps stealing looks at the neighboring windows.
All right, but make it quick. Once I finish this cigarette, I have to run.
Looks like you've got a good view of the Whirling's backyard. Can you tell me anything about the hanging?
I'd even go so far as to say that the view is a little too good, my dear gendarme. Do you have an estimate of when the body will be taken away?
We will remove the body as soon as possible. Now tell us, where were you last Sunday?
I really like Kim's voice.
Oh,
He waves
you
lazily
already asked me
with his
that, didn't you?
cigarette. What?
Wait, is someone else investigating the lynching?
I'm pretty sure I didn't.
No, not you. Some more muscular type.
Oh.
And when did you speak to this more muscular gentleman?
The lieutenant takes out his little blue notebook and writes something down.
Last week? I don't know. Look.
He looks around the courtyard again. Old patio chairs and dead houseplants litter the scene.
He's an actor declaiming a soliloquy. See how you hang on his every word.
That was a very specific sentence.
You didn't answer the question. What were you doing last Sunday?
Yeah, you tell me that.
I had a friend over.
What kind of friend?
It was my Sunday friend.
Your Sunday friend?
A Sunday friend. How intriguing.
What's your friend's real name? Did he see something?
He doesn't reply, gesturing no with his cigarette. In the neighboring windows, you can see faint reflections of his silhouette, all from different angles.
Can you tell me your name?
My name? My name is Martin Martinez.
Okay.
That's definitely not his real name.
You're not actually called Martin Martinez, are you?
No, of course not. Could you please lower your voice?
He scans the courtyard. It's silent, like the bottom of a well, every sound captured and reflected back. Well, he's not going to tell me his name, so...
No. We won't.
He takes one last drag of his cigarette before stubbing it out on the balcony.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I really need to get going.
Oh, God. I'm going to fail this check. It's either I let him go or I try to convince him and fail. Like, that's it.
Time to bring out your secret charm. Tears and begging. Show him your emotional side. Throw yourself before his very feet like a dog.
I hate both of these options. What do you want from me? Do you want me to cry, huh? Please don't go. I'll stop drinking. I'll take the trash out. Just please don't leave me. Oh my God, I have to say one of these. I guess I'm going with this one.
No, for God's sake, I don't want you to cry.
He takes a quick step back and looks around, clearly disturbed.
Listen, I really have to go.
With a flick of his wrist, he sends the extinguished cigarette sailing over the rail.
Good luck with the investigation.
Okay. I wonder who his Sunday friend was.
He's gone.
We should run after him, see where he went.
No point in running. Tenements like these often have multiple exits. If he doesn't want to talk to us, then he'll know how to hide himself.
So we just give up?
He could be a witness. Him or his Sunday friend. Either way, we need to look into that muscular type who's asking about our case.
Okay.
There has to be a way of getting inside the building. Let's go check out the door near the pier again. Once we found a way in, we can ask around for his apartment.
Great. Let's do that. It's like a fancy point and click adventure. A lot of bullet holes. Oh, what are... Sure, I guess. Healing item. Orange bum hat. Why? I'm trying to... Oh, because that's in a different space than where I think it is. That makes sense. Half full of rainwater. Just a closed door, but you look at it suspiciously. Suspicious! I could put a hat on. Interfacing. Bye-bye bugs. Plus physical instrument. I'm not putting that on. +1 reaction speed. -1 rhetoric. Oh. I can put these on. Oh, no, they actually put them on me. That's haunting. I look so... Oh! Oh, they really just... Does she have anything else to say?
Sneak up on me again? Trying to snuff me out? Get away, pig!
No, she doesn't. Oh, can I have Kuno's ball? Maybe that's what I need.
This is a wall on the side of an apartment building.
Wow, that's low. That was so low. Maybe I can convince Kuno to give me his ball. And then I can give it to those dudes.
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open.
A young girl with chubby red cheeks waves at you, smiling. Her nose is also red from the cold. Hello? I am the law. Hi. What are these options?
Are you interested in a new and exciting book?
She stomps her feet to feel warmer. What kind of store is this anyway?
It's a bookstore, sir. We sell books, postcards, and some board games. It's called Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold your horses, little girl.
What is a book? What's a postcard? What's a board game? Don't be ridiculous, I know all these things. I failed my encyclopedia challenge.
Fooling nobody.
I said I know all these things and I do, goddammit!
Sir, are you okay? You've been standing here silently for a while now.
Is it okay if I ask you some questions?
Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books.
Oh, what is your name?
My name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance. She owns the store. She's inside minding the register or organising the stock.
The girl gazes at the window, then suddenly jolts, her eyes wide as if recalling something.
Feel free to step in and browse our wares.
And you're standing out here in the cold because...
I'm signalling that the store is open. Otherwise people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance, and biographies of famous people.
I should have a word with the store owner, maybe?
Oh no, sir. I'm happy to help Mum by luring in customers. Besides, I have some hot juice in my vacuum bottle to keep warm.
Your vacuum bottle? Shouldn't you be at school or something?
I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running.
Isn't going to school more important than this?
Mum says it's necessary to do both because it builds character. Mum says a proper worker is dutiful. That's how you get ahead in life. You succeed.
How's the business going?
Mum says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being cursed.
Cursed. In what way?
Cursed in the way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go...
Bankrupt.
Exactly. But we've been doing fine so far.
I don't think curses are real.
They shouldn't be, but they seem real. Anyhow, they say that these grounds are doomed for businesses.
They're not doomed, but your mother should learn from their mistakes.
Of course, sir.
She doesn't know what else to say. Okay, bye. See you around, Annette. Absolutely wild. Oh! The game was autosaving, so everything froze.
This Postler Vantorie mail collection box has been heavily vandalized with graffito. A closer inspection reveals 2 bullet holes in the front.
Fuck you, mail delivery box. No. Good mail delivery box. It just falls apart.
The box seems happy.
How do you know?
Eat shit, pig. Fucked by the coon. And St. G with a crown have been scribbled on it. Jenny is a whore, and best set mailbox also.
I feel you, mail collection. Hold on, no, I'm sorry. Been there, Postler Ventier mail collection box. Been there.
The mail collection box seems cathartic. Thankful even. So do you. You shudder. Then you swallow.
That was so highly random. They let me do so much nonsense just now. And that's so funny to me. Kuno, I need your ball.
Fuck does Kuno care?
Oh, God.
Yeah? The kingdom of Kuno? The fuck do you want with it? That's just some shit roofing gimps left behind, lazy dinks.
He's hiding something.
Pig, if Kuno was hiding something, it would be hidden.
Uh-huh.
But it is not hidden, is it, sire? You picked up on it. You should examine the pile of roofing material again.
Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit. Kuno doesn't fuck.
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite. Because
Nice.
there's a secret door hidden behind the panels of Eternite. That's why they're too orderly. There it is. You see a shabby little door.
Huh. Nice.
What is this then? A tool shed? Let's investigate.
Okay, but like, do we want to right here, right now? I guess so. What the hell? An empty tube of Magnesolum magnesium supplement. Cured pig's head. It looks mummified. A silver plate with traces of bone yellow powder.
Be still, my beating heart. It's amphetamine. Sweet amphetamine.
Forgot this guy has a drug problem.
The lieutenant isn't studying the powder in the mirror. He's studying you. There's a good vague way to ask where he stands on drug use. Professionally, I mean.
Someone has taken narcotics here. Perhaps the police should interfere.
Perhaps not. This is below our pay grade, detective. However...
He points to the ladder in the corner.
See that ladder there? It's probably another way into the industrial harbor, no? The secret path the local kids use.
So drugs is above our pay grade. The poster says, get out of the way or get fucked up. Ooh, money. Watching my character kind of just slow struggle to get up and over. Very funny.
Looks like someone left his tarpaulin cloak hanging on the railing here.
Look, Lieutenant. Someone left his cloak behind.
Yes, it's probably yours. It bears the RCM insignia, and you have a habit of being careless with your equipment.
He judges the drop.
You could probably make the jump. You look like you've done some track and field in your day.
Ooh, low. Look around.
The wind is aggressive up here. The lieutenant looks at the enormous crane towering in the distance over the container yard. That machine is a Kvalsund 1020 HK.
Is it? Kvalsund makes a lot of heavy equipment, but this is phenomenal, even for them.
I didn't even realize that that was the crane they were referring to.
But I digress. We were focusing on your cloak here.
He looks at the sad piece of fabric flapping in the wind. We'll come back to that. Is that a fire extinguisher? Oh, it's a healing item. You could have told me it was a fire extinguisher and I'd believe you. Restoration pillars keep the ruins together. More coins? Wonderful. I've gained a postcard. Oh my god, I forgot I was searching into Hobocop. That's insanely funny. What am I looking at right now? Seems to be meditating. This postcard depicts an ill-advised residential area overlooking the Jamrock Quarter. 13-story buildings line the hillside like sarcophagi, an ominous fog already rising from behind. These are the last boom years. In 39, the project fails catastrophically, leaving behind an opiate and hepatitis B infested slum. Wow. Are there 4 separate things down here? Is that what it is? It is. I don't know why I thought it was just 3. Hobocop. Is that just a sea of amphetamine on top of this building? I realized this was me about to leave this building. So this is another way in, but I have to jump to get to it. I can't get to that door. There's nowhere else I can go. I could always try that roll.
A tarpaulin cloak is still caught on the railing. No one has claimed it for their own.
The cloak? I do think it's yours, yes. As to whether you should go for it?
He looks over the ledge at the cold pavement below.
Well, it doesn't seem too dangerous. 2 meter stops. Whenever you're ready to do it, I'll be right behind you.
The cloak looks like a bag of goodies floating in the wind. Who knows what its pockets may hide?
God, that's so low. Go for the cloak, jump over the ledge. Oh, I just failed that, didn't I?
Nope, no. That's still too high. What were you thinking? You're not a gymnast. You're a boxer. And you've climbed way too high up here. You could have died there. Shit, 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 shit. I'm failing you. This wasn't part of our deal.
Hey, hey! What happened?
I'm alright, Kim. I just can't do it right now.
I understand. We can always come back when you are feeling better. It's just a cloak after all.
Do I die if my morale drops to, like, nothing? Like, that's a reasonable question to have. Why can't I just grab it from here?
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it is all it does now.
My endurance is so bad. Oh, right. Well, I can go inside the bookshop, and I can try and steal that one dude's ID.
The worker is in a deep slumber. Your fingers find their way into the shackle, flicking open its spring-loaded gate. The metal loop holds the plastic ID and a leather-bound pocketbook.
And the man?
The man emits a loud snore. Is he about to wake up? Doesn't look like it, but you never know. Better be quick. You slip the plastic ID card out of the loop and pocket it. The man continues to snore.
The lieutenant's just looking at me like, excuse?
Just for the record, you look nothing like the man on the document.
Does the lieutenant see me?
No, he's looking the other way. Perhaps purposefully.
Surprising.
The sleeping dock worker has little to say about your actions. He remains silent.
I don't know, I wanted it. Standard issue dock worker shift card, doubling as a worker's permit. The bottom left corner holds a picture of the man this item used to belong to. The two of you look nothing alike, just so you'd know. I forgot I had to click on the stairs, because it's got to load the location.
Kim also tries not to look at the pile of taped viscera on the carpet, or the weird suitcase on the hat rack. or the potted plant dying in the corner. But it's all just too morbid to ignore.
I'm sorry for this.
No problem, officer.
He takes a step toward the door, like he'd like to leave.
The bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but it's yours. The sheets look awful.
The option to go to sleep becomes available every night after 9 p.m.
No time to rest yet. I just wanted to know if my ID was maybe nearby. In here. But it's honestly probably in that flapper. That jacket that I... Yeah, I was like, let me lock that. I guess I'll go into that ladies' bookstore. I don't want to buy a book. I would just like to talk to this lady. What's that? What's that in the corner?
Welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People. My name is Plaisance.
The clerk extends a greeting.
Be welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space.
So, are you the owner of this store?
I am. The proudest owner of our little shop of culture.
Her voice is high-pitched, as if to give it more penetration. Your daughter is the one standing outside the store, right?
Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her post doing her job like a proper girl?
Yes, of course.
Wonderful. Did you talk to her?
Yes.
Great. On a scale of 1 to 10, how compelled were you to buy books after talking with her?
Not gonna grade a human being. I don't do that.
Come now, it's not personal. It's about proper sales practices and market research. I expect an answer.
That's your kid. You automatically are the one person I've met that I think I hate. At least Kuno is funny. 10. She's certainly very polite and helpful.
My precious, her dedication brings joy to my heart. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great as my Annette.
The way you're handling her strikes me as wrong.
Mind your own business, sir. In our society, people don't get to tell each other how to raise their children. It's none of your or anyone's business.
Sounds like you shouldn't have a kid.
Denial is the way she copes with criticism.
I'm here to dismantle the free market and abolish child labor. Okay, let's change the subject.
The woman before you scans the store, her shoulders rigid and tense. Every now and then, she nudges her glasses.
What if I want to buy a book?
Then why are you talking to me? Everything is on the shelves to browse. Don't you feel compelled to buy anything? See those shelves there? Go. Be drawn.
So what types of books do you have?
Everything is on the shelves. Take a look yourself. The shelves compel you, don't they?
Alright, I'll take a look then.
She smiles and nods, seemingly relieved.
Wow, I don't like her.
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only.
Shopkeeper, what's behind the curtains?
Nothing. Why aren't you browsing the books? Don't you feel compelled to look at the books? You ought to.
She speaks almost as if she's trying to put a spell on you, urging you to buy more books.
Yeah, she's talking real weird, but also you should just, I don't know, tell the cops what's behind the curtain.
Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become.
Examine the strange cage-like trinket.
You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron, assembled from bones, sticks, and straw. Inside,
What?
a disturbing fish head with empty eye sockets stares at you.
That's not the description I was expecting.
This is a traditional Seminese ward, meant to provide protection against ill luck, bad dreams, curses, and other supernatural scourges.
And who are the Seminese?
Inhabitants of Ile de Fantôme, the Seminine Islands down south. Aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with the fish head charm at this time.
Ignore
The
them.
curtains remain shut before you.
Or ignore them for now. You're a very suspicious woman, lady. I have no interest in looking at any of your shelves, though. Like, not a single thing on your shelves is intriguing me as much as that curtain that you don't want me to look at. You want to tell me what's behind the curtain?
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
The girl outside mentioned that this place is cursed.
Cursed? Who said that? Annette? I will have a word with her. This place is not cursed. It has a robustly magnetic energy. Good for commercial activity.
Uh-huh.
My business is thriving, sir.
What in God's name is she talking about?
I'd like to look behind this curtain real bad.
The curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust, hang before you, as if taunting you. Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the petrified voice of the shop owner cries out once more.
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customers.
Her hand has closed around the pendant, her fingers nervously playing with the talisman.
Parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them. I won't be held responsible for the consequences. It's too dangerous.
What the hell does that mean?
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
This is about the curse. That's why you're afraid.
No, it's just a storeroom for the employees, I told you. Now please step away from the curtains.
Ma'am, this is different. I'm a police officer. I need to get in there.
Why? It's not like anyone was killed there.
She stops abruptly as her hand flies over her mouth, baffled by her own bluntness.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to be so impolite. Just please don't go there. I can't allow that. You'll only make things worse and unleash the powers.
The powers? The powers! But I sense this place calling for me. I must investigate beyond the threshold.
You do? My God, even more reasons not to mess with the curtains. Just step away, dear sir.
Oh, I don't care. You can't stop me. I'll open them.
No! Please just talk to me, officer. Come here and let's talk this through before you decide to do anything extreme.
So why couldn't you talk to me before?
Talking is always good. Go see what she has to say. The curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust, hang before you, as if taunting you.
Rip them apart, this time for real. Fine, she wants to speak to me, this time, properly, and not just about buying books.
Officer, and welcome to Crime. I already told you, it's just a storage room for employees. I don't understand why it's so important.
Ma'am, if you don't want to answer the
just
questions...
let it go, officer. Go buy some goddamn books. You're supposed to be drawn to the books.
If it's just a storage room, then why does it have a Seminese ward protecting it?
It's just for decoration.
She wavers... What? Yeah, wavers. She wavers under your gaze, mouth pressed into a tight-lipped smile. Then something breaks.
Okay, fine. It's because this place is cursed. Just like Annette said. They don't call it the doomed commercial area for nothing. Are you happy now, officer? Happy that you've ruined everything?
Why didn't you just tell me right away it's the curse?
It's not good to talk about the curse, not in detail. The negativism, it's dangerous. Talking about the void wraiths angers them.
Wow. Void raves. You have new words.
How does this curse manifest
The
itself?
curse is so much worse than you could imagine. It's a disease.
eating at the very foundation.
A shiver runs through the woman as she looks around the dimly lit store.
It's the curse of financial distress, of ruin and bankruptcy.
She peers at the curtains again.
It's not just that, officer. We're dealing with something supernatural here. It's the cacodemons feeding off bad business practices and disappointing income statements. The curse is so much worse than you could imagine. It's a disease.
What just happened?
It's the curse of financial distress, of ruin and bankruptcy. It's not just that, officer. There's something wrong with this building, I can tell you. Ever since I arrived, I've sensed an eerie, lingering presence, as if I was unwanted here.
Have you sought help from anyone?
Yes, I've contacted numerous parapsychologists, and even a pair of Simonese mediators. They provided me with the wards.
She nods at the strange cage-like trinket on the curtains.
The wards help to keep the doom at bay and protect us against the darkness that lies further in the building. Even though now I fear, it's not enough.
Is your pendant part of the wards as well?
Oh, this? No, it's a special Himian amulet, blessed by desert pygmy shamans, with a spell of compulsion. It's to compel people to buy books.
God, she's just a white girl with rocks.
There are numerous spells cast throughout the store. I had the books anointed with a different inducement spell, for example. It's guaranteed to boost sales 15%.
Desert pygmy shamans. That sounds like a rather questionable way to describe a group of people.
Oh wow, that is what she said, huh? Desert pygmy shamans. Insane. Do you want me to look into it? Would you like that? I know you don't drink.
Most certainly not. I don't want anyone who's not familiar with the psychic arts to get involved in this mess. Stay away. Leave the spirits be, so they can return to their slumber.
My liege, you know what this case calls for? A para-detective.
Gave smart-ass parenting advice. Oh no!
Time to
No!
fire up the old lie machine.
Ma'am, do you know how me and my partner are known to our colleagues back at the station?
No.
The storekeeper has crossed her arms.
The lieutenant looks at you, waiting to see where this is going. You've got this. Just go with it. This is elegant.
Wait, that's it? I don't want to say that.
Stop being such a fussy prude. You can't convince her without lies.
No, it's really stupid.
The woman before you scans the store, her shoulders rigid and tense. Every now and then, she nudges her glasses.
I had a few more questions about the curse.
Okay, but please, only a few questions.
Oh,
I wouldn't want to disturb the spirit.
I've actually asked them all.
The woman before you scans the store, her shoulders rigid and tense.
Farewell for now.
Every now and then,
Book
she
peddler.
nudges her.
That's mad funny. Can I talk to this child again?
Hello again, sir.
I had no new questions for the child.
A sturdy metal door guards the southwest. This could be a way into the apartment building the smoking man vanished into. The door rattles against your knuckles, but there's no response. The door rattles again, but this time you hear an elderly woman's voice calling out from inside.
Stop banging on the door! I'm not letting any more strangers inside.
This is the police. Open the door.
Ha! The police? Everyone knows the police don't come round here.
But I'm not joking.
No, I already told you. I won't be responsible for any more strangers getting into the building. Go check the backyard door. Maybe someone there will.
She trails off, leaving the sentence unfinished.
Backyard door with the smoker. You already were there. Didn't work.
Hey, are you there? I checked the backyard but couldn't get in that way.
Good. We had enough problems with bums and drunks and thieves loitering in the hallway. You have no business here.
There's a +1 because Kim is here? Does that mean I could have had this moment and Kim wasn't here?
You're well versed in the kind of threatening legalese that implies criminal liability, but in fact has no meaning whatsoever.
Ma'am, your non-compliance is hindering a police matter. I may be forced to refer you for potential prosecution.
I know my rights, and don't you mom me, boy.
The voice snaps back.
Miss, would it help if we offer to show you our badges?
Ah, it's like a carrot to the stick, sort of.
Hold your horses.
You hear the click of a night latch before the lady on the other side gets caught in a coughing spasm.
I don't care about your stinking badge. Just come in.
She manages to say with a wheeze. Firing squad for the rich.
Give me a moment.
An elderly woman is leaning on her broom, her knuckles white as bone. She seems to be having difficulty breathing.
The cold never does any good for my bronchitis.
She sneezes into a dirty handkerchief. Are you alright? Should I call you a doctor?
I'm fine. Fine. Don't you worry about me.
She starts coughing, red spots appearing on her cheeks.
Now, what do you want from me, policeman?
She's the cleaning lady. She knows the floor plan and the residence.
I have a few questions about those apartments.
Ask away, policeman.
What can you tell me about Cindy?
The artiste? Nothing I can do about her, I'm afraid. She ruins the walls faster than I can clean them. Still...
She leans on her broom.
She leaves an old lady to her business. More than I can say for others.
That's all, thanks.
She mumbles some kind of a response, then hacks something into her handkerchief.
What's your name? Who are you?
I'm no one. Just an old woman who cleans these hallways.
Do you live here?
If you can call it living. I have a little room upstairs right next to the coal room. It's barely bigger than a closet. But I don't complain, no. I have my bed and my aching bones to keep me company. And that's all I need from this world.
She hasn't spoken to anyone for a while. Even her sentences feel rusty.
I'm looking for a young male in his mid-20s, dark hair, skinny build, a smoker on the balcony.
Yes, yes. I know who you mean. The scrawny boy who's always smoking like the devil. Right?
She looks at the other end of the hallway.
Somewhere in the building, a child starts crying. You hear a radio tuned to a talk show and someone taking a shower.
What's he in trouble for?
No trouble. I just want to talk to him. Do you know where he lives?
Talk?
The cleaning lady starts laughing, but it turns into a violent coughing spasm. She squeezes her broom, trying to catch her breath.
What was so funny about that?
Couldn't tell you, dude.
He lives upstairs in room 28.
Oh, nice.
Go to the balcony. It's one of those doors there. He's usually home in the evening.
Thank you. We should go check out his apartment on the balcony. See if he's home.
Thanks. I'm off. Foreclosed by the Martinez Realty Associates. Oh, wow.
What happened here?
Can't foreclose on an apartment with a hole in the wall.
It will still be accessible through the apartment next to it. That one didn't have a door. Sadly, nothing of great value remains here. Indeed.
I feel like I've picked up a lot of healing items for someone who hasn't been punched yet. If you know what I mean. I'm slowly making my way through some of these. I'm getting a better understanding for this game and its wild nonsense. Okay, that one leads up to the balcony. But I do want to check out this whole space first. Oh dear God, this place is big. Smells of laundry detergent. Right, because I just picked up glasses. +1 to logic. -1 to authority. Oh, I kind of need that though. Right? These shoes come in 3 different sizes. A loud, rumbling snore comes from within. We're just kind of taking a gander at it all. Someone has drawn a 5-pointed star on the wall.
That isn't just a 5-pointed star. It's an inverted white pentagram cradled in a wreath of antlers. The iconography of communism, in other words.
Oh?
The star and antlers was developed in the 6th decade of the last century and quickly adopted by Mezov and the communards during the revolution. Even today, half a century after, the star and antlers retains the ability to evoke hope, disappointment, and fear in equal measure.
I see.
To symbolize the toppling of the old order.
The star doesn't even look upside down to me.
Also, some social democrats were already using it.
Oh.
The wreath of antlers represents a natural crown. It was about building a society that could exist in accord with the natural world, and at the same time above it. Because white is the color of peace. Nothing at all yet. Right now, it's just meaningless shapes on a wall.
Who doesn't love themselves some meaningless shapes?
This door has been closed with a padlock. The chalk-drawn number on the board says, number 11.
Examine.
It's a solid lump of metal, but the shackle is deeply corroded. A solid pair of chain cutters would make short work of it.
We could use some chain cutters here to cut the shackle.
Why would we want to break into some random citizen's apartment?
I don't know, it just seems like something we could do.
The lieutenant looks at you for a long moment, then blinks once. But he knows it wouldn't make much of a difference.
Why did it do that? It cut off half that sentence.
I suppose if one were committed to it, there's a pair of chain cutters in the kinema.
No reply.
That was the loudest knock, sound they could have played.
You hear someone walking around inside, rearranging the furniture. The number on the panel says 10.
I guess I'll go to 28. I'll go do the actual thing I need to do. Oh, I can't get to that balcony from here, can I?
Ooh, the piggies have learned how to saunter up staircases. I didn't think you could do that with hooves. But here you are. Yeah, I can see that. Cool mutations.
She crosses her arms.
That smell coming from her paint bucket. It's not paint. It's heavy fuel oil.
Is that heavy fuel oil?
Red-dyed heavy fuel oil, intended for exclusive use in government vehicles, to be precise.
He says, studying the contents of Cindy's bucket.
What did you think I was using? Aquarels? Sucked it out of a cop's fuel tank myself. Back in Jamrock.
You'd better... Oh, fumes are bad for you, okay?
Something to think about next time you're driving around in your pretty little piggy carriage.
Keep looking off to the side. What are you looking at?
The lieutenant is desperately searching for another handkerchief.
What? Why did they narrate that to me when that's not what was being talked about? She turns her head to face the coast and nods disdainfully toward Joyce performing maintenance on her boat.
Hatred? Disgust? It's difficult to tell which of the two is more present in her girlish features.
I like to imagine it is hatred disgust. You know, the combo.
The woman on the boat does not notice her staring.
That is on her. Someone's got to keep an eye on her.
That was a highly aggressive statement.
Ozon is an archipelago 2 days' travel away.
Howdy,
from
howdy,
the
Kingsley.
shore. Its moneyed residents, used to posh restaurants and upscale boutiques, rarely have reason to visit Martinez.
You mean Joyce?
On a first name basis with her, are we? Piggy's moving up in the world.
Why all the negativity?
Have you got a crush on her? Aching for an opportunity to defend her honor.
What happened at the Chipotle in Tennessee? Catch you later, Cindy. The store is locked, you can't get in. The chair's new. Someone lives back here. What the hell is this space? Who's living back here? Someone's been sleeping here recently. Cindy? Enough coal to last for several winters. Smells of chemicals. How do you mess up Chipotle? I feel like that should be the easiest thing to not mess. Are those jorts? Poor home. I'm sorry. What did they call them? Poor home laborer jeans. Oh, they're jeans. +1 to electrochemistry. God-ass. -1 to reaction speed. Hindsighted. Although these jeans look worn, the wearer must have had an ass given to them by the mighty Lord himself. That beautiful peach-shaped man-ass has imprinted itself so deep in the fabric you can't but wonder if wearing them would start molding your own vague rear side into a more shapely form as well. Why they got a doobie like that? Oh, you did tell me that. I just forgot about it because my brain cells have no existence. Also, the description of chicken tasting like it smoked 3 packs a day before it got is quite funny. That's very specific, but it makes a lot of sense. Bullets? I lost my gun. I forgot about that. I forgot that was a thing. Alright, I don't know who's been living back here, but it is what it is. Alright, but I have to go back down to go across to go up to find the boy. The man that I'm looking for, technically, not a boy. Right, so that also goes to a balcony. Oh, sorry. That's the only other door to a balcony. Ah, yes. What is this? The breaker box is full of cigarette butts and electric wires. Who's putting out their cigarettes in the breaker box? Just a door. Nothing for you right now. Isn't that nail polish remover? Someone's growing rosemary, thyme, and a cactus.
This door is made of metal and appears to be reinforced. Someone here really values their security.
Oh, he values his security.
Number 28. This is where the cleaning lady said the smoker on the balcony lives.
Oh, I'm gonna go say hi.
Let's see if anyone's home. Knock on the door.
Knock.
No one answers.
Looks like the young man we are looking for isn't home. I think our best chance to catch him is in the evening.
He looks around, taking in the cold spring air.
We should return tomorrow after we have finished with our day's work. How about 9 p.m.? Sound good?
Sounds good. Tomorrow at 9 p.m.
Tomorrow, 9 p.m., right here. Apartment number 28.
He writes it down in his little notebook.
Damn. Turns out it's quite tricky finding someone in a big apartment building. Don't worry. You'll get him. Remember, tomorrow, he's probably gone for today.
Probably. Okay, Detective Kim. Anything else for us out here? The answer is no. Come on, Detective Kim. Are there coins in that bucket for me? You bet your sweet bippy there are. I'm just a broke little detective. Ooh-wee, I'm just so broke. Am I back here again? Oh. I'm back behind the Kunoi's again. She's just gonna yell at me again?
Trying to sneak up on me again? Trying to snuff me out? Get away, pig!
Okay. Nice talking to you too, kid. There's things in my notes. The smoker on the balcony. Sometime after 21 to see if anyone's home. Yeah, I can do that. Oh, you know you have to have messed up when someone actually fills out the little receipt survey. Oh right, I still need to get a ball for those two dudes. I'm not just gonna bolt cutter that person's home. The street sign reads, "Fuck the police." Fuck the police! The young woman watches the falling snow and sighs.
It felt like springtime just a few days ago.
What is this fuck the police business?
Excuse me?
She doesn't understand. The street sign says fuck the police. This one?
Oh. Well, I didn't write it there. I'm just sitting here.
No, it's alright. I didn't mean to startle you.
Okay.
I have to run. I feel like I'm not making progress because I'm too afraid to make certain choices. No, not that guy. Not that guy. But sometimes I think I just need to get a little beat up.
Your race descent has only worsened since I last saw you. You have really let yourself go.
What if I show him the ID? What? It'd be so funny. Did I ask him about the tattoos? What if I'm gonna do it. Whatever.
The man looks at you, silent and unmoving. His eyes burrow into the remnants of your soul.
You are not Santiago. Santiago is not you. Even the phrenically impaired can see this.
I don't want to try punching him just yet, so I'll learn about his tattoos.
Racists are generally not very good examples of their race.
He gestures toward the lorryman down the street. What did that mean? Hold on, wait, sorry. Racists are generally not very good examples of their race. Yes. He's right about that.
I am not like them. I am craniometric perfection. I have taken the trouble to permanently draw a phrenologic grid on my skull and features. This should dispel any doubt.
You sure you you sure I'm not craniometrically superior to you?
You exhibit forward projection of the jaw, indicative of schizophrenia and sexual inaccountability. From a purely aesthetic standpoint, the dimple in your jaw makes you look like a baby. This is not craniometry, just an observation.
What else?
It is impossible to see any more of your bone structure. It is covered in the ravages of Al-Ghul. From what remain of your features, I can see fleshy lips, baldness of the head, and long arms relative to lower limbs.
Why was fleshy lips and baldness of the head in those asterisks? What's that about? You know?
This leads me to conclude you are not a police officer. You are a common criminal, an offspring of murderers and sailors from Sur-la-Clé and Vesper, and possibly even the degenerate sheep herders of Ubi.
Interesting. So one of my ancestors was Sir Leclerc and the other Vesper.
Your racial heritage is uninteresting. It is the same as all Rivasholians. Your parents and their parents made the decision to reproduce while under the influence of Al-Ghul. That is the only reason you are here.
That man really... he's really just tearing into me, huh? Your parents made the decision to reproduce while under the influence of alcohol. That's why you're here.
He's right there. It's almost impossible to get it on unless you're both drunk. It's too scary when people are sober.
What if I try to knock him out? I'm willing to fail. Let's go! Wow.
How did this happen? Your little fist is in his giant hand, and he's squeezing it. It hurts.
You must be out of your mind, degenerate drunk. Say it. I am a degenerate alcoholic.
I'm a cop.
Your fist cracks in his hand like a ripe apple. Pain shoots up into your brain as he's twisting it more and more.
Oh, is Kim's hand on his gun? I was like, is he letting this happen?
The words to the song have changed. Say, I am a violent drunk.
No, I won't fucking say anything.
Your hand twists in his grip and the pain blinds you. Still you press the words out of your swollen mouth.
Good. Now leave before you humiliate your homoerotic organization any further.
Your homo... He really called the cops a homoerotic organization. Oh, Kim wants to talk to me?
I'd appreciate it if you didn't force us into situations where I may have to shoot random civilians, because that won't get us anywhere.
Well, yeah.
I'm not even sure the one bullet my chamber holds would even prick that hook.
Alright, fine, I won't do it again.
Let's think of something else.
I tried.
I guess getting past the man ain't that simple after all. So, what now? Sorry. Busy surveying the situation. I'm sure you'll figure something out. You guys have all sorts of gadgets these days. Wiretapping, telescopic batons, futuristic circuit bending to infiltrate harbor machinery. Maybe you could even knock that Kowalskian crane over using some remote controls. Or Calling in tactical air support. You guys have air support, right?
Pretty sure we don't. At least not all of those things.
I get it. Hush hush about the secret technology.
He passed the side of his nose with his index finger.
Alright, I may have some advice for you on how to deal with Jean-Luc there, out of solidarity to the RCM. It's low in technology, however.
Yes?
First, don't fight him, obviously. Second, get him to share his theory by being subordinate. Admit your lack of expertise. Basically, grow them. That's how I do it. You're welcome.
Maybe that would work. We'll have to see.
Hey, really? No, we're not doing this again. No, down the stair. No. There we go. Sometimes he gets stuck.
A lorry stuck in the traffic jam. This big, heavy Grad-made machine is well kept for such an old machine. The windows are clear. They've been recently washed. You can see a lorryman's cabin with personal belongings, stickers, insignia. The driver has adorned his space with a substantial collection of peculiar paraphernalia. Proclamations about honor, strength, and purity are glued to various panels.
What about the back seat?
The back end of the cabin is a small perch to sleep, large ashtrays. There are several suns and wheels sewn into the curtains. A book with ragged edges catches your notice. The front cover features a large, muscular man. The title reads, Man from Eamdal in the Lost City of the Pygmies.
Racist nationalist paraphernalia. Not unusual in this part of town. This is our guy.
The lieutenant nods towards the racist lorry driver. You think this lorry belongs to our tough guy?
Likely, yes. This guy's proud of who he is. Drapes it all over his machine.
I see.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow. A metallic drawer slides out from under the seat and clicks into place. The tools inside are neatly organized.
Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case. I'm not protective of my tools, like some men are.
He's clearly a little protective of his tools. But what can you do? Work is work. The handles are long and sleek. Snap, snap, go the cutters in your hand. You can do good work with these. Cut chains, locks, and ropes, especially belts.
Why especially belts? What's that about?
The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. Preheater gauge casts a warm glow on the steering levers and the radio on its hook.
Is Kim French? Is that what you're asking? Equip these to open locked containers in the world. Cool. He sounds like not Parisian French. He could be. This game is like in its own weird little world. It's fascinating. It makes sometimes no sense. Yeah, his partner. That's who you're talking about, right?
You hear someone walking around inside. rearranging the furniture. The number on the panel says 10. The walking stops abruptly, but no one comes to the door. A poor communard, from the looks of it. The room is barely bigger than a closet.
What? Why does it do that? It occasionally doesn't say the right thing. The guy you were talking to? That's a very not helpful thing. Do you mean his partner who's standing with him right now? Or do you mean the big guy that was breaking my wrist? This is the police. Open up.
Do I have to open the door?
You hear the clacking of heels again as the other side walks right up to the door. Her tone is now getting a defensive edge.
Did you have a warrant? I'm not obligated to open the door if you don't have a warrant.
That's not how that works.
Let's go. We don't have a reason to get inside that apartment.
It's generally easier to do things if you have literally any reason.
Oh. I feel like that happens often. You ask questions, but you're not actually present to get all the information for your question, so then you just get lost. What is this? This crumpled up postcard depicts an open-air market in Boogie Street 5 years ago. A vendor smiles as dead roosters line his stalls, hung by their feet from the canopy. Red blood flows onto the muddy street. Blurry shadows of people pass. It feels highly unsanitary to have just hung them. I'm gonna put the... Apartment 8, their mailbox is overflowing.
The curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust, hang before you, as if taunting you.
No, I'm too nice. I don't want to just rip the curtains open.
There he still is, looking right. The smell is repulsive. It pushes in from your mouth, more instant and more familiar than anything you'd expected. More fever than odor. It fills your mind, flushing you from within.
Let it out.
You feel a great force ringing from your stomach. Your body curls and pushes it out, burst by burst, until a pool of vomit lies under your feet, and your throat stings from the stomach acid.
God.
It's okay. Happens to everyone. Keep it.
It's white. I don't want to wipe my mouth with this white handkerchief, but I also don't want to say I don't need your pity. That's so rude.
The hangover is clearly making this worse for you. You could use some ammonia to clear your head. If you can handle the headache, some officers use it to deal with cadaverine odor. I can't handle the headache.
Oh.
It's more likely he can handle the smell, unlike you.
Unlike you.
There is Frit nearby, east of the hostel. They usually have a small apothecary. If they don't, there's a greenhouse here, and a gardener with a wheelbarrow on the corner of the whirling in rags. If she works here, she might have something for the smell.
Oh.
Pretty clever.
Acquiring ammonia will provide a modifier to the white check. Modifiers make checks easier and allow you to retry them.
Okay. So let's, I guess, try and get something to be helpful.
I can't believe it's snowing again.
Okay. I don't know what Kim is.
It felt like springtime just a few days ago.
My partner told me you may have ammonia. Can I have some?
Sure, I'm done with it.
She takes a small capsule out of her breast pocket and hands it to you.
Go easy on that stuff. It gave me a terrible headache.
As he said, yeah, I don't particularly know like where he's from. They've spoken about like things that occur like in like racism stuff that I think is very fascinating to the world because I just don't fully understand it.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it is all it does now.
Wow, my endurance, it's still so low. That is still so very low. Can I still go get ammonia from the Fritz store too? Can I go get double the ammonia? And just accept the terrible headache that comes with it? I also don't know what the Fritz store is. Does he mean this place? Yeah, that looks like it has the right letters. Do you sell ammonia?
Is this about the questions again? Because I don't really know anything.
You see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf beneath a display of croissants and juice bottles. The raincoats are transparent, except for the big Fritta slogan on the back. The packages are small, discreet, sloppily stacked, making them easier to take unnoticed. No need to worry about knocking over a display.
Wow. +1 endurance. What's that?
What is what? It's a raincoat. If you want to buy one, then it's only 4 real.
She taps on the glass counter. The raincoats patiently await purchase.
Her attention is drawn to the raincoats. Stealing one undetected will now be more difficult.
Well, I didn't want to steal one anyways.
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says...
I'm more determined to... Am I not allowed to get extra ammo? Oh.
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the Saint Baptiste Pharmaceutics logo. Their logo is the bloodless rose, pure white, untouched by harm.
Okay.
Just ask me if you need anything from Saint Baptiste. We don't stock prescription meds, but we do have Nosafed, Duramine, Magnesium, and Hypnogamma.
Do you have any ammonia?
Yeah, there's like an ampule somewhere.
An ampule? What does that mean? Oh, these are the drugs that heal me.
A colorful display of cigarettes and alcohol bottles line the shop wall, inviting you closer. There, in that dark green glass, all in vain, the great flowing river of warmth, wine, alcohol, beer, Alcohol. Love alcohol. The beauty, the truth, the poetry of it all.
I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health, but I guess you already know that.
Oh my dear God. Why does the pale age vodka do so much? He's from the country this game takes place in. Yeah, I think they said that because there was a guy that was being racist because he's not of the, like, of the race that seems very predominant here, which is whatever the main character is. I asked if they sell ammonia, and she was like, yeah, and that was essentially her response. So I guess no additional ammonia for me. I'm just gonna go back here and fail this check again or whatever. Oopsies.
There he still is.
All right, let's try it.
Looking right. The ammonia only makes it worse. The combination forces tears out of your ducts. You manage to keep it in once. The second time, not so much. When the vomiting is done, your cheeks are wet with tears.
How do you have anything left to throw up, dude?
Nor does the wind right now.
To feel the lieutenant pat your back rhythmically.
I've seen strong men turn themselves inside out for hours. You are facing tough odds here. Alcohol withdrawal makes it considerably harder.
To do it without me, I just can't keep it down.
No. This is a two-man assignment because it needs 2 officers to complete. I need your help.
He withdraws his hand and looks you in the eye.
You need to get your shit together.
Okay.
We should go talk to the locals. Find something else to do while the wind changes. It's pretty bad right now.
You've gained a thought. When this dialogue is over, go to your thought cabinet and internalize it for special bonuses and effects.
You've gained a special cast bonus for answering correctly.
Give it half an hour. Get yourself together. Then come back and have another go.
Just ruining this man's whole day. Map. Okay. Volumetric shit compressor. Your shit is apart, and it's rather unbecoming of a cop and a human being. It's supposed to be the opposite of that. Together, compressed in a small area. To achieve a solid level of shit compression, squeeze your butt cheeks together for 30 minutes. Do something similar with the 2 hemispheres of your brain. Talk to people. Maybe that will help. Do I need to finish this one? That's a really good question. Can I only do one at a time? No, I can do multiple. He called me a baconator. Kuno is something else, man. This book has a rose, a pistol, and a half-naked dame on its cover. This book is about pate. This book, you don't really understand what it is about, nor does it seem important. The government reads your mind using radio technology. They're reading your mind, boys! They got the radio waves getting ya. Kuno, can I have your ball, please?
Fuck does Kuno care?
Oh! Kuno, I found your shack.
You found Kuno's secret door to Kuno's secret shack. It was closed for 5,000 years. How the fuck did you get in?
Before we go on with that, let's talk about how you said it was just some roofing material some gimps left behind. That was a lie.
Pig, that's the past. You and Kuno are now. Let's talk about how you opened the secret door fucking at Kuno's kingdom.
I phase shifted through the roofing material.
Shit. Get the fuck out of here. You can't do that.
He can't do that, Kuno. He's trying to fuck at you again.
Pigs can't displace. Can't do that teleport shit.
He says to himself, then turns to you.
How did you like it in there, pig old boy? Kuno's got a lot of cool shit there, right?
Oh. What was with the pig head?
Oh, that? Kuno decapitates pigs. That's just a Kuno demo tape.
Forget it, I'm not saying those things. Cool pig head. I liked it. I got one too. This one. It's shit.
What?
What is this shit? Fucking on yourself. This is weird level shit. Kuno doesn't go there.
Fuck your shit back to normal. What is this?
Well played. No one saw that coming.
I like that they all got confused. Even Kim was like, huh? I found a plate covered with powder residue. Know anything about it?
That's where Kuno gets his daily hit of electric. Kuno Shazam. Kuno rides the fucking lightning in there, pig.
Bet you'd like to ride the lightning too, wouldn't you? You feel tired and old, but you could have that sparkle in your eyes.
What's with a tube of Magnesolum, Kuno?
It's a vitamin, pig. Don't you know anything?
He looks at you like you just pointed at the sun and asked what it was.
You could use some.
It's magnesium, right?
Yeah, it's the mag. You fucking need that shit to stay on top of your game. Kuno goes through like a tube a day, rips mag like a motherfucker, and you could use a battle.
Oh, don't teach him, Kuno. He's gonna use it against you, Kuno.
Come on, it's just magnesium. Don't mystify it.
You're not getting this, pig. It completely takes away the hangover. It's like you didn't do anything. Like you stayed home playing with your choo-choo.
He looks at you, eyes bulging.
Fuck you, pig. Don't do mag. You're gonna OD and you're gonna fucking die.
I don't want to ask about the coat, but I will.
Is it? You got pretty fucked. Kuno's surprised you've still got your head after all that.
After all, what?
Don't sweat it, drunk pig. Kuno will keep your nasty secrets. Kuno's not snitching.
I would prefer you snitched.
He's saying you climbed up there. He probably saw you do it.
Oh.
Yeah, that conclusively explains how the coat got up there.
Course you fucking can. How do you think Kuno made all the docky boys his gimps? Just gotta fly, pig.
I tried that. It didn't go so well.
Kuno knows. Kuno and C saw you shit yourself. It's okay, pig. Not everyone can face the fear Kuno style.
That's all there is to it then. Don't be a pansy. Just jump.
I've heard enough of this.
Good call, Pigmeister. Don't come and talk to Kuno about his kingdom.
Okay.
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
Kuno doesn't... Kuno doesn't fucking care? I don't know who the Kuno voice actor is. It's a wild little man.
tarpaulin cloak is still caught on the railing. No one has claimed it for their own.
What are we doing? We're awfully close to breaking into the industrial harbor. They're bound to have information for us. I thought that was our intention. Or it could be that we are just exploring.
He looks around, wind rustling his hair. Sure, I'll try it again. I'm gonna fail it, but I'll try it again. Yep, I failed it again. What is that, mental damage, right? Not physical?
No, no. That's still too high. What were you thinking? You're not a gymnast. You're a boxer. And you've climbed way too high up there.
Relax. You can't do it right now. We'll make the jump next time.
Sure. Just be careful, okay? Looks like you almost strained a muscle there.
I will get there. Alright, I think that's where I'm going to go ahead and leave this stream off for today, so thank you guys so much for joining me. If you liked it, make sure to check out everything in the Linktree link. If you do that, what did I just click on?
A set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic.
Make sure to check out the Linktree link. If you do, it'll take you to everything. The 2 YouTube channels, The Soloist and What a Channel, as well as all of my social media. I will be back on Wednesday for Final Fantasy VIII, but until then, check all that stuff out, enjoy it, have fun, and, excuse me, I will see all of you on Wednesday.